for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
All right, listen up. It's January 6th, 2026, and frankly, the tension here in the Bronx is thick enough to cut with a knife. The Yankee faithful have been waiting patiently, or maybe not so patiently, for that one splashy move to define our offseason. But so far, the silence has been dead-ass deafening. But word on the street is things are finally starting to heat up, and the intel I'm bringing you today connects the Yankees to a name we know very well, maybe a little too well, considering he was rocking the uniform of our biggest rival just last season. I'm talking about Lucas Giolito. According to recent reports, specifically dropping from Tim Kelly over at Bleacher Report, there is a very strong prediction that Brian Cashman and the front office are getting ready to slide a 2-year contract worth $43 million across the table for the former Boston Red Sox starter. The deal would reportedly include a club option for 2028, valued at $20 million. It's a move that carries massive weight, especially after that bitter pill we had to swallow, losing out on the sweepstakes for Japanese hurler Tatsuya Imai to the Houston Astros, a hit that's still stinging for a lot of us who wanted to see that electric arm in New York. The narrative here is complex, so we got to look past the surface level. Lucas Giolito, who told Rob Bradford back in December that he was 100% healthy, is coming off a recent track record that is, to put it mildly, a medical roller coaster. He missed the entire 2024 season due to an internal brace procedure on his right elbow, a surgery meant to repair the ligament without the full Tommy John reconstruction. He came back in 2025, and to be fair, the numbers weren't trash. He posted a 3.41 ERA and a 1.29 WHIP over 145 innings across 26 starts. That shows the talent is still there, that the ability to fool elite hitters remains, but, and this is a big but, he was shelved for the postseason due to renewed elbow concerns. That's the kind of red flag that would make any GM hesitate, but it looks like we're in a spot where the luxury of a safe choice just doesn't exist anymore. If you dig this kind of deep dive coverage and want to stay ahead of every market move before the rest of the crowd, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and hit the bell right now, because we don't waste time and we bring you the truth straight from the source. What makes this potential signing even more intriguing is the irony of it all. We're talking about a team, the Yankees, already dealing with a packed infirmary before spring training even starts, and the proposed solution is to bring in another arm with a lengthy medical history. Giolito has had his moments of brilliance. He was an all-star in 2019 and threw a no-hitter in 2020. But the question hammering in my head is whether we are buying a headache or an undervalued asset. He turned down a $19 million option to stay in Boston, betting on himself in free agency, which shows confidence or maybe desperation to secure a longer bag. The front office seems to see a market opportunity here, someone who can be acquired for a value that, while high, is lower than a fully healthy ace, hoping he regains elite form. It's a high-stakes bet at the Major League Baseball poker table when we actually stop and look coldly at our current rotation. The scenario is worrying and justifies, to some extent, this aggressive interest in Lucas Giolito. Let's put the cards on the table. Gerrit Cole, Carlos Rodon, and Clark Schmidt are all projected to miss opening day. In Schmidt's case, the news is even darker, with real possibility he misses the entire 2026 season. That's not just a hole in the rotation, that's a crater. We are entering a season where the pressure for results is immense, and starting the year relying on kids from the farm or AAA veterans to hold it down in the American League East is a recipe for disaster. It's in this chaotic context that Giolito, with all his risks, starts to make tactical sense. He's a 31-year-old vet. He knows the division. He knows what it's like to pitch in hostile environments like Fenway Park and Yankee Stadium. And when he's right, he has the potential to be a solid number 2 or 3 in any respectable rotation. The strategy here seems to be immediate survival with potential midterm profit. If Giolito can give us 150 quality innings, keeping an ERA near the 3.5 mark he showed in 2025, those $43 million will be seen as a steal. He has an arsenal that, when it's clicking, generates a ton of swings and misses, and his changeup is still one of the best in the game when he has command. Plus, the presence of a veteran on the mound can take some of the weight off Luis Gil's shoulders and the other young guys who are going to have to step up big time early in the year. However, we can't ignore the elephant in the room. We are doubling down on injury risk. Adding Giolito to a group that already includes a recovering Rodon and Cole is like walking a tightrope without a safety net. If he breaks down again in May or June, we're back to square one, burning money and the bullpen in games we should be winning comfortably. On the flip side, there's the psychological factor and the rivalry. Poaching a player from the Boston Red Sox, especially one they might have wanted to keep if the price was right, always tastes a little sweeter for us. But that only works if he performs. The Bronx crowd has zero patience for expensive rehab projects that don't deliver in October. The front office is clearly betting that medical tech and our physiology team can keep Giolito on the field. It's a calculated move based on data and the scarcity of the current market, where healthy elite pitchers are costing astronomical amounts that the franchise might not want to commit to right now, focusing on future flexibility. To wrap this up, signing Lucas Giolito would be a bold, risky, and polarizing move. We solve an immediate need for rotation depth with proven talent, but we expose ourselves to more medical uncertainty. I want to hear from you. Would you trust Giolito to hold down the fort until our aces get back? Or do you think $43 million is too much cash for someone with such a questionable elbow? Drop your honest opinion in the comments. Let's debate this strategy. And don't forget, for deep analysis like this and first-hand news, keep locking it in here. We're in this together on the road to title number 28.